Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Louder. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada's 50th anniversary in South Africa ki. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki.
Jai.
Please give me a blessing ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for coming, even braving this weather. Very determined. This is determination. My spiritual master told me one time when he visited me, and he told me he'll come back and see me. Even if there's a flood, he will swim across to come and see me. When the first time he met me. That's how wonderful they are, to give out the mercy of their spiritual master. So therefore we have to do likewise, be very determined, and I have to thank Niroshan Prabhu for being so willing to bring me and come to help out in this Namata, to be a humble servant. So thank you, one and all of you, to be here. Your good name? I can't hear. Sipo.
Chico.
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 Chico. Chico.
Siko.
Chico.
Chico. Chico.
Oh, Chi.
Chico.
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 Yes.
Okay, what's that baby's name? Huh?
Moses. Moses.
Moses. Nice name. And what's the wife's name?
Linda.
Linda. Linda Mata ki.
Jai.
Chico ki.
Jai.
Moses ki.
Jai.
All you wonderful devotees ki.
Jai.
Your name, Prabhu?
Raphael.
Rafa.
Raphael.
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 Raphael. Is that right pronunciation?
Raphael.
Thank you.
Artist. Raphael.
Okay. That's Rasa Raj Prabhu. And Prabhu, your name there?
Niren Prabhu.
Huh?
Niren. Niren.
Niren. Okay. And that is the Namata leader who arranged this place here. So give him a big round of applause. Thank you for making arrangements like this for Srila Prabhupada. And yesterday he introduced me to the owner of this place. And he's a wonderful person. And he is prepared to engage us more here. And he has given this premises free of charge. So we have to be very thankful to him for allowing us to use this at any time for all kinds of programs. And he's going to assist to increase the number of people in this, also in this place. Very wonderful person. So I met him, and he's prepared to help us more. And we're going to do many programs in this place. And I want to personally say that since we just started this Namataya beginning, and this is the 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada, it started on this year. So we're going to dedicate this Namata as an offering to Srila Prabhupada. And I am praying to Srila Prabhupada that we should have a grand celebration right here. And Rasara's desire all the time, we should do something for Srila Prabhupada's 50th anniversary. So here it is, lo and behold, our desires are being fulfilled, because he discussed that in the Chariot Festival, I think in Richards Bay. So here we can see we're going to do this Namata offering with many people that will be here by just before October the 27th. I think that is the main day 50 years anniversary of Srila Prabhupada in South Africa. But just maybe 1 week before that, or a few weeks before that, we'll try and have a program right here. Invite as many people as we can, and organize some parade around this place with Srila Prabhupada, and we'll have a wonderful program right here. So having said that, thank you. I'm going to just read something from Bhagavad Gita as it is. And the topic for today was, what is the topic for today?
Victims of action and reaction.
Huh?
Victimization of being action and reaction.
Chained victimization of action and reaction. I'm repeating that. Chained victimization of action and reaction. Just contemplate on that, and we'll expand from there, right? You can repeat after me, everyone. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Chalakaya Chakshurannumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shah Shri Rupam Sagaradatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savidyutam Paridhana Chaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Shah. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Chute Devi Pranamami Hari Pri Panchakalpatra Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitala Bhavadabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Once more everybody. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. You family, just repeat after me. Put hands in the air like that. Put your hands in the air, up. Tell her in Zulu what it is. Put your hands up. Tell her to. Chana Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chana Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare.
That is name of God. We chanting God's name. Right? When you chant God's name like that, you can become very happy. We all looking for happiness, isn't it? Isn't it? You want to be happy? Yeah? We all want to be happy. In a Funa Jabula, huh?
Where they from? Maputo.
Huh?
Maputo they from.
From Maputo.
Yes.
Okay. So very nice that you come. You'll learn some more. You understand English? Good. And you can explain. She understands English? Okay. So therefore, when you pray like that, when you chant, it's a very difficult time now. And we took birth here because of our action or activity. So I'm going to read from here, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means Song of God. The Supreme Lord, this is Lord Krishna, the Supreme God. He is speaking to his devotee. He's telling him everything about how we are struggling here and how we must get out from here. We don't have to be here. There's a better place for us where he is in the spiritual world. So we don't have to be here. Do you like to be here? Huh? Is it nice here? It's not very nice at all. It's too much of struggle, isn't it? Everybody, they're bluffing you. But here, Krishna never bluffs us because he is the Supreme Lord. He speaks the truth for us. He came down here 5,539 years ago. Lord Krishna appeared on this earth planet and he spoke Bhagavad Gita for us so that we can follow him and get out of here. All right. So I'm going to read from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 50. Very short purport. I'm reading the verse. Buddhi yukta jahatiha ube sukrita duskrite tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. I'm going to repeat, I'm going to read the translation. You can repeat. Buddhi yukta, one who is engaged in devotional service. Jahati, can get rid of. Iha, in this life. Ube, both. Sukirta, duskrite, good and bad results. Tasmat, therefore. Yogaya, for the sake of devotional service. Yujyasva, be so engaged. Yoga, Krishna consciousness. Karmasu, in all activities. Kaushalam, art. Translation and purport by His Divine Loving Grace Srila Prabhupada. I'm going to read a few words, you can repeat after me. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. So I'm going to read the purport. You can listen very carefully and you can try to figure out what is being spoken here. Since time immemorial, each living entity has accumulated the various reactions of his good and bad work. As such, he is continuously ignorant of his real constitutional position. One's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction, birth after birth. Arjuna is therefore advised to act in Krishna consciousness, the purifying process of resultant action. I'm going to read the verse again and the translation. Buddhiyakto jahatiha ube sukhirta duskirte tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, you can repeat after me. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Naman Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesh Sunivadi Pasutari Sutalini. Any idea? You have got the idea what this verse is all about? You can try. What is this verse about? I'll read the purport again.
Can I tell you something that I'm thinking of, and then maybe you can just correct us?
Yeah.
In fact, today I was just looking at something about what Christians preach, and they say that there's no need for works. All we need is faith in Jesus Christ, and then His grace, and that's how you go to the spiritual world. So that was their idea. But I think this one actually cuts that down completely in the sense.
Yes, it's something. Yes, it's something different.
Yeah.
Actually, this verse is about the law of karma.
Yeah.
In the very, very first line, Prabhupada says, since time immemorial, each living entity has accumulated the various reactions of his good and bad work. So we have collected this by our own good and bad work. That is called karma. Every action has a reaction. In Hindi, what they say? Jaise karni, waise bharni. And in the Bible it is said, as you sow, so shall you reap. In this material world, whatever activity you do, because of our conditioning, we have got this material body. Any action that you perform in this material world, on the material platform, either good or bad, it gives you some reaction. And that reaction, what does it do? What does it do to you?
Binds you to the world, this material world.
Huh?
It binds you to this material world.
Yes, that's why it's written here. It is stated that one's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction. Because of our activity in this material world and due to our material body acting on the material platform, we become ignorant. And due to that ignorance, we become victimized. And that victimization chains us to this material nature. And you know when you saw the chain, how it is linked. Isn't it? And that is how we are in this material world by performing our activities in this material body on the material platform. You become chained, and therefore you continue your cycle of birth and death. And that is why it is mentioned here, by engaging in devotional service, you become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction. That means karma. You can be removed from that. though that chains will be broken. And how that can happen is by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service alone. It states very clearly here that when one surrenders unto Lord Krishna in all respects, then he becomes liberated. And the beginning of our liberation from this chained victimization of continued birth and death is by chanting. It begins by chanting devotional service. The beginning of devotional service is chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then you become free from that chained victimization, because you become a victim of this material nature. And all of us have been caught by that material nature due to our foolishness and ignorance, because we want to lord it over material nature, become very powerful. And we see that right here in this material world, isn't it? Where's an example of that you see right now? Huh?
Donald Trump.
Sorry?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, give him a big hand. The leaders of our society, they want to become big controllers. But their attempt to try to become big controllers is a big failure. We cannot control anything in this material nature. It is a very difficult task. You can try. You can try to do that. You can't. And Srila Prabhupada, one time, there was one person, Prabhupada was giving a class, and Prabhupada said, no one can control himself or become a big controller. One man said, yes, told Prabhupada that I am a controller, I can control, And then Prabhupada told him, what can you control? He said, I can control anything. And so Prabhupada carried on with a class, and all of a sudden he wanted to go to the toilet to pass out. Prabhupada very quickly sent the devotee to lock the toilet. And that guy, he was very hard up to go to the toilet. He went there, he's pushing the door, he couldn't open. Then Prabhupada began to laugh. He said, you're a big controller, please control now. And Prabhupada left him there for a while. And he was like finished, And then Prabhupada said, now can you control? He said, no, I cannot be a controller. So Prabhupada opened the door and asked him to release himself. So we can't be foolish and think we are controllers. We can't control little things. Where can you control the big thing? The only controller is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it is, we are stuck in this material world and we cannot get out. We are struggling with our senses so much. We cannot get out, but still we try in so many ways and try to pretend and make so many plans, try to enjoy this material nature foolishly. And that is a problem. And therefore there are so many actions, and through your actions you get so much of reaction in this material world. And the only way to get rid of this this reaction is to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And a very famous verse Prabhupada uses in Anybody knows? Very famous verse Prabhupada says, to get liberated, what should you do? That's how you do it, but the process is what you should do. Huh? Surrender. Give me a big hand, please. Surrender. And in what verse that verse is spoken? Last verse Lord Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 18, verse 66. Sarva dharmam parityaja mammekam saranam raja am tvam sarva papabhyo moksha sami masucha. Translation in English: abandon all varieties of religion and simply surrender unto me. I shall remove all sinful activities from you. Do not fear. And how do you do that? To Krishna, like what Rasaraj Prabhu said, Man manam hava mad bhakto mad jaji mam namaskaro. Chapter 18, verse 65. Man mana means always think of me, not of me, Krishna. Become my devotee. Bow down to me. Offer your homage unto me. At the end of your life, you shall come back to me, to the spiritual world. And how do you begin that process? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And therefore, and also something is spoken about karma. In chapter 8, verse 3, because this verse is about karma, in chapter 8, verse 3, karma is being described, and I'm just going to give you an idea what is karma. When the living entity, I'm reading from chapter 8, verse 3, Srila Prabhupada's purport. When the living entity is in material consciousness, I'm repeating, when the living entity is in material consciousness, he has to take on various bodies in the material world. You can repeat after me. When the living entity is in material consciousness, he has to take on various bodies in the material world. That is called karma. Because you take various bodies according to your action. Karma means actions. According to your action, you take various bodies. And that is done through the force of material nature. Right? And according to your action, you take a material body from any one of the 8,400,000 species of life. How many? 8,400,000 of species of life. According to your action, you take birth in this material world. But when one takes to spiritual life and gets a spiritual body, then he becomes liberated from this material nature. How do you get a spiritual body, spiritual mind, and the soul becomes liberated from this material world, which is spiritual by nature, by engaging in devotional service. And devotional service begins by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And that is why in this material nature, sometimes some persons become a man or a woman. He becomes a demigod, becomes an animal, becomes a beast, becomes a bird, etc. According to his karma. Yeah, according to his karma. Yes, it is. According to his action. And according to your action, you attain material heavenly planets, and he sometimes performs sacrifices, yajna. But when his merit is exhausted, he returns to earth again. This process is called karma. Sometimes you perform sacrifices in the material world, right? Not spiritual activities. You perform sacrifices for your material enjoyment. So sometimes you get a place in the heavenly planets. But when your pious activity is finished, you take birth again in this material world. And that is how your karmic reactions continue again and again and again. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here that you should perform this yoga process called Krishna consciousness. What does yoga mean?
To connect.
Huh?
To connect.
Yes, yoga means to connect or to link. To who?
The Supreme Lord.
Yes, to the Supreme Person of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That is yoga. Not what you find today is yoga, and everybody try to do that, some gymnastics for nice, good body, for some enjoyment and sense gratification. That is not the purpose of yoga. Real yoga is when you surrender to Krishna and link yourself and engage in devotional service to the Supreme Person of Godhead, so that you can become liberated from this material entanglement, and so that you would not continue in this chained victimization of birth and death. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki, Divine Loving Grace Srila Prabhupada ki.